All right, who would like to do the recap?
I thought that was our bard's job. He tells the story of our adventures.
I'll gladly do it again, but I was going to give someone else the option to get the point.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Go for it, Galliford.
Last time. Crap, sorry. Last time on our adventures, we set off after speaking to a few townsfolk to find these orcs that might come upon the town to raid them. Figured we hit a couple stops on the way, so we decided to also head towards the light tower. Upon reaching there, pulling a blank all of a sudden, I feel like I said some of this already, but we met a crab that we spoke to. Interesting, he was able to speak. Named him Sebastian Patty. And we learned that his friend, who was owning the tower, was assaulted by an orc. We decided to go and investigate and found the ghost of the woman that the crab had spoken of. She had asked us to retrieve her conch. Accepting her quest, we set forward, but quietly, as we realized, thanks to the scouting of our familiar birds from Aiden and Caradwin, that there were dangerous harpies nearby who were probably the source of the ships that had been crashing. Walking quietly, with some worried about falling into the water, we eventually made it to the tower. We bursted in and ended up facing the weird orc who, at some points, it was noticeable that he had a hole in his chest. In the fight, a few of us noticed that Aiden's bird came down holding what looked like a beating heart. None of us make much of it, but some of us may have assumed, pretty much me, that the heart was important and probably tied to the orc. Unfortunately, before the orc fell, he used a thunderous wave of energy that called forth the harpies. Thus began the true fight. The harpies stormed in, breaking through the doors as we tried to rush to the top, hoping Aiden could figure out what to do with the hearts up top. The harpies started knocking a few of us out one by one.
Luring
At
us
one
with their
point,
enchanting song. Right?
as they were using their enchanting songs as well, let me just be clear though, mine are better, but their songs were alluring. Breaking free, but almost everyone had dropped. I was the last one standing. Jason had fell first, so I dashed down the stairs, teleporting with my magical Fey abilities to get him up. We resumed the fights, but before I could even head back the other direction, somehow the others had miraculously woken up and rejoined the fight. It was hard fought, and with the last harpy coming at us, Damascus did an amazing attack with his lasso and snapped the creature's neck. Thus, the Tower of the Siren Harpies ended. We eventually made our way back to the front after resting for the night and returned the conch. And then after speaking to Sebastian Patty, he retrieved an interesting sword from the sea. And thus, we now plan to head out stronger and wiser. Hopefully we'll be able to handle the orcs a lot easier than we did the harpies.
I don't remember the sword.
A short sword.
The crab went into the shipwreck and he retrieved a magical short sword for us.
Oh,
You don't know it's magical. He just said he'll go get you treasure, and he brought back a sword.
I completely missed that.
No, I thought you said it was it was a magic sword.
Who took the sword?
Jason has a sword right now.
Okay.
We just said it was special.
We were kind of getting to the end of the session, so people were like walking away and like, okay, I'll just take the sword and let's go.
Gotcha. Chris, did you ever find an image or whatever of what my longsword looks like now? Since you said it's morphing.
I was about to get into that. So Galliford, give yourself a point of inspiration.
Sweet.
If you don't have one already.
I used it last time in the scary fight.
All of Chris's fights are scary.
So far.
I can make him scarier.
Well, the orc wasn't that scary by himself, but yeah.
So during your guys' rest in the lighthouse and whatnot, when it was Aiden's turn to watch, as he sat there and meditate, Aiden, you noticed that your sword, as you kind of realized that you've grown in power, that your sword catches a flame and begins to morph a little bit. The layout is still the same, but the filigree and the design, the edges on it begin to take on more of a flame-like appearance on the etchings and stuff like that. And you have no idea why this is happening, and had no idea that your sword could do this.
It's the power of the Ifrit working through me.
But overall, the look looks the same, but there are slight differences to it.
Okay.
Again,
It looks more like the sword in my image now.
yes, it's still black and everything. The red etchings and whatnot just have changed a bit. The blade itself has morphed slightly. There are some serrated parts in it towards the hilt, just kind of. But other than that, it looks more and more the same. But you can definitely see that it is turning into something.
Right on.
Night goes on. You return the conch, and Sebastian went and retrieved the weapon of the captain of one of the ships, and he hands it to you as the reward that he promised for helping out with his friend. And so the morning goes on, and you take off towards the mountains towards the area where the dwarves are. So, what do you do?
So we were what? Right around here somewhere? Oh, I can't see that. Fine. Oh. If I zoom in on the map, it made that go away. Okay. I got it now. Well, when I get up in the morning, I compare notes with Caradwin about the new magics that I was able to decipher and write into my spell book during our rest. Excited about the opportunity to practice these new magics in combat, as I feel like they will make me far more effective than I have been. I also spent a lot of time practicing with my morphing blade this morning, and now no longer a apprentice swordsman, as I have mastered the use of my longsword. And now I fight with deadly proficiency.
Ah, my skills with the blade have improved as well. Maybe we can spar one of these mornings.
Sure, I would love that. I will do my best to not spill fire upon you as I spar. Because, like, my sword just randomly lights on fire and falls off the side of my blade and catches something next to me on fire.
I have noticed that. I've heard a tale of someone who fought very similarly. Have you heard of the tale of the Dance of Ashes? About a
I have
hero
not heard
named...
this tale.
It's about a hero named Finreal Cinderclaw. It's quite interesting.
Did he have any experience defeating dragons?
Well, there's one part in the tale where he was the only one left standing facing a black dragon, and he, along with the elemental he summoned, slew the creature, even though it was miles away from him.
That is an excellent story. Perhaps if you tell this story in more detail tonight, with our rest, it will aid us in our conquest of the white dragon.
Well, yes, this could be interesting, and if you repeat what he did with the fire, oh yes, this will definitely be helpful. There was an amazing spell he, casted twice that just erupted an area in large masses of flame.
Well, perhaps I will meditate upon this magic and decipher it. And as we're having this conversation, my eyes will glance to the sky to check it for either the the manticore that might be hunting us because we haven't killed the dragon yet, or the dragon itself.
All right, yeah. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay.
With the clear skies and everything like that, and the breeze coming from the sea, you don't see anything flying in the air.
I immediately summon Cinder because that's his specialty and not mine. Take to the skies and keep watch for us, my friend. Oh, I don't need to pull him out onto this map. Sorry. I need to pull his character sheet out.
Jason's gonna examine this short sword. Be like, "Hey, is anybody able to use this? It's not my style."
I believe the only sword wielders are myself and Aiden here. Though,
Right.
your sword looks different, Aiden.
It seems to have changed slightly, but for the better. It is still Zenvarel, which is what I call my sword, but it seems to be improving as I am in my skill. Certainly a blessing granted to me by my bloodline. The elementals from the plane of fire have granted me this boon. I am guessing.
Oh, interesting. Very impressive. I myself prefer wind and lightning. You know, the storms. Just has a kind of cool kick to it.
And speaking of lightning, Aiden, you still have the crackle of electricity flowing through your eyes and fingertips as well.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't say anything about the storm because I'm going to unleash the storm and show Gallenford later. My gift from Tiamat.
Is this hair standing on end?
He has
Like
one of those
somebody
electric
with a beam on my
afros.
head.
But I'll gladly take a look at the sword. It's not my preferred. I do prefer rapiers, but Let's see how
Chris,
useful it is.
does there appear to be anything special about this sword? You know, it was a captain's sword, so maybe it's jeweled.
You could give me
Okay.
an investigation check.
I will assist in that investigation check.
Okay, Jason, you can give me it with advantage. The there's a little bit of jewelry on it. Yes, it is from a captain. But when you pull it out of the leather is a little worn for wear for being soaked, but it's still in really good condition. But when you pull the blade out, it's almost as the water did not affect the sea has not affected the blade at all. It's still really pristine and sharp.
So somebody from this time would be like, "Whoa, it must be magical," but me from this time would be like, "Ah, it's stainless steel."
Well, actually, I was thinking maybe it perhaps does have magical qualities. I mean, after such a large amount of time in the water, you'd think that something would have happened. I'll take the time and ritually cast Detect Magic if we aren't in a rush.
Okay, and yeah, I'm assuming you guys have not left the lighthouse area yet, so.
I thought we were kind of packing everything onto our cart and getting ready to leave.
Right. That's what I'm getting at. You guys haven't gotten the cart and took off yet. It's still morning and everything like that. You guys are preparing to leave.
Damascus will be getting the cart ready.
It does have a magical aura to it. It is. I don't know what.
So Detect Magic just tells you it's got magic.
And if
Yeah,
if
it
has-
basically
but if it
it
doesn't,
basically glows with a faint aura.
Yeah, it basically is glowing with a faint aura of magic to it.
well, there is something interesting about it. Unfortunately, I lack some of the materials to properly identify what this object is, but I can tell that it is magical, so that could explain why it survived so long in the depths of the ocean without being damaged by wear and
What
tear.
is it? What is it that you need to determine the specificity of a magical item?
A pearl of 100 gold pieces.
Perhaps we can ask Sebastian Patty to gather a pearl from the sea, maybe, that would meet your requirement, as he can freely move about in the ocean, on the ocean floor, and we're still here.
If you remembered after he said his goodbyes, he went into the ocean.
Yeah, he did say there were more treasures down there, but if we wanted them, we'd have to go get them ourselves.
Okay.
And the waters are shark infested.
Ooh, yeah, no, I'm not going down there. The
No,
sharks-
I agree. That's probably a bad idea
Yeah.
if you're not a crab of giant size.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully in swinging the blade, we can figure out what it does. And I'll try testing the weight of it and thrusting the blade forward as if it was my rapier.
All right. It is a short sword, so it's a little heavier. You're used to the flexibility. It takes a little bit, but I mean the balance is great and everything like that. But as you swing it, nothing erupt. There's no after effect as you swing it.
I kind of switch it to my left hand and then draw my rapier out and then try dual maneuvers to see how well that is. Just to test the balance. I'm like, this may take some testing out. I might have to stab something with it.
Also, character, you do also remember that you did secure a potion from the harpy's nest.
Well, sorry. Yes, I did. But I, as of yet, still have no way to identify that. Unfortunately. I guess I could. Does my detect magic, since it lasts for a while, does it pick up any specific school of magic around the potion? Like, if I drink it, will it burn my insides out with necrotic energy, or?
I think you can take a sip of a potion to figure out what it does.
Really want to risk that right now.
I'm sure Aiden will
Actually, I can search the ocean floor for a pearl, and the sharks will leave me alone.
Oh, what's
able to
power you know of?
My familiar can change shape, and one of the shapes that's a beast form, that's CR0, is an octopus, or a quipper, or a seahorse. I can just have.
You have two
Cinder.
familiars that can still change form.
Yeah, I can just have Cinder jump into the ocean and, as an octopus, go search for a pearl.
I like the idea that you grab Cinder and you start like molding him into different shapes to his discomfort. He's like, please stop.
I just start pulling at feathers to see if they turn into tentacles. Like, come on, I want you to be an octopus.
Come on, Druids do this all the time.
Yeah.
Come on, evolve, dang it.
And
Just curious, is your familiar like elemental type? It seems you like fire. Are you sure you won't just extinguish him? I'm unfamiliar with these creatures.
He's not made of fire. He's just a red-tailed hawk essentially. But I imagine he would just turn into a octopus with like reddish skin. And I'd throw him into the ocean.
I'm just
tell him to go find a pearl.
I'm just unfamiliar with those creatures.
Well, it's interesting until they feel mature enough. Their personalities are rather flighty. They enjoy taking different forms. It's just that I usually like to keep Cinder as a hawk because that's what I'm most familiar with where I come from. But he can turn into a whatever the mood strikes him. Hell, he could be a flying monkey.
Here, I will. Since you got the idea. So you guys, so with this idea, you Aiden, you go down to the beach and you get Cinder ready to go into the ocean. Is anybody going to join him, or are you just gonna continue packing, helping with the camp?
I'll watch it. Door.
I could help as well. My familiar can also change shape. Perhaps we could send them both down to explore the waters.
4 eyes are better than 2. I'm gonna pull up the compendium for octopus. Not a giant octopus, just a regular octopus. The octopus has advantage on stealth checks made while underwater. It can breathe underwater. It can fire an ink cloud if something spots it. And he can, when he does that, he can dash as a bonus action. So, yeah, he's turning into a small beast of an octopus.
Okay.
With reddish colored skin. And
This reminds me of a wizard who almost got dragged underwater by an octopus.
It does kind of seem similar, except that octopus was much bigger.
I actually do not know
Much
that
bigger,
story.
much more dangerous than down in the caves.
So essentially, what I'm doing here is I'm just searching maybe the wreckage of the ships underneath the water, or just the seafloor for a pearl. I don't know if I'll be lucky enough to find one that meets the requirement of Caradwin's spell. But I just thought, since we're by the ocean and pearls can be found in the ocean, we can, spend a little bit of time while we're packing the cart looking to see if we get lucky.
No, that's a smart idea. And there are a total of 5 wrecks, and you know that Sebastian got the treasure out of one of them. So I mean, so you can go ahead and here. I'll say you guys send your familiars off. Caradon, what form does your familiar take?
I'll also use an octopus because it feels like the most convenient form for pulling objects out of the water and bringing it to shore. As 8 arms seem more useful than a fish.
Okay. Here, I will move your familiars over to the wreckages.
There you go, Chris. I gave you an image.
So cute.
All right. So I move your tokens over. So where would you like so they're underwater and they see the wreckages.
The tokens don't have sight, so I cannot see where you put them.
Oh, I can see mine.
I don't see mine. Oh, now I see them.
There you go.
Well,
Sorry.
I see the area where Cinder's at. Okay, so Cinder will.
Figure we could start and go one by one.
Yeah, and we might as well search them together. I mean, so we're gonna search this wreck.
All right. Quickly enough, you guys, your familiars go ahead and search through. In this particular one, you believe that there is nothing of value. Your familiars do find the captain's quarters and whatnot, and they quickly discern that this is probably where the short sword came from.
Look, there's a pirate skeleton missing his sword. Okay, so I'll swim on over to this one elegantly.
Okay, and as your familiars are kind of crawling along the bottom, they see a shark kind of swim overhead. But
I will make a stealth check.
Okay, go for it.
Well, I will try to hide from the shark, I guess, if you say that's stealth.
Yeah, if you want if your familiar feels like he needs to hide, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Okay, so that I get a D20 plus 4, but with advantage. So I'm going to
Rolled an 18.
Wow.
So
Cinder's just too bright red. That's what it is. I can't hide.
So Cinder goes over and sees what's your familiar's name again? Sorry, Caradwin?
Morrigan.
Morrigan. Morrigan adapts quickly to her octopus form, and you see the skin and everything change and blend in with the coral and everything like that. Cinder goes, I can do that, and then just goes bright red and tries to blend in. But the shark is swimming overhead and pays them no mind.
It's just an octopus. They're not even tasty. They're filled with black ink.
You guys, they slip into the wreckage of the ship, and why don't you both give me perception checks?
As an octopus, my perception is +2. And I don't get advantage as an octopus.
And as your familiars go in, they do see a name on the ship. It's called the Sea Urchin.
It's Morrigan's show, man.
Morrigan, you notice something that Cinder does not. Morrigan sees this small chest. It's about like it's not a big chest, but it is in the form of a chest, and it's like one of those you could sit on top of a desk.
How is it? Would it be too massive for my octopus to carry?
Your octopus could probably be able to carry this only.
Drag it.
I will. Yeah, I was gonna say I will drag it slowly back to shore.
Okay. Morgan is gonna take the chest back. Cinder. Other than that, you can before you guys do a double check. You don't notice anything else of value or intrigue in this shipwreck.
Okay. Then I will move on to the next shipwreck, trying not to alert any more sharks.
Okay. If you wish to continue to be stealthy, give me another stealth check.
I am a bright red cute octopus. A 23 this time.
Yeah, learning from his mistakes, Cinder blends right in and very confidently thinks that not even the fish that are swimming by saw him. As you are searching through the shipwreck, go ahead and give me a perception check. Cinder, searching the ship, makes his way up into the captain's quarters and sees another skeleton, believing to be the captain. And this time, this one catches Cinder's eye. The cloak. The cloak seems to seeing all the other skeletons and their clothes are tattered and worn. This cloak that this skeleton is wearing it still seems to be in pristine condition as it waves in the water from the tide.
Well, I will take the cloak off of the pirate and put it on me.
Okay.
If I can put it around an octopus head.
Give me a dexterity check.
What is an octopus's dexterity? Is +2. Oh, cool. Okay. So that would pretty much be the same as this roll. Oh. That's not too great.
With the octopus tentacles trying to tie around, he's having some difficulty tying it. But you can wrap one of your tentacles around it and carry it that way.
Okay. I will do that.
And it's about this time when Cinder's dealing with the cloak and everything is when Morgan reaches the beach.
So is Cinder like a matador with his cape around his arm?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope there's no bull sharks. Am I right, guys?
Right. I'm just gonna. That's pretty funny. Now it took me half a second to get that joke, but I am.
I like to think it's just.
Carrying.
I think it's just like the Doctor Strange's cloak of levitation, because the octopus is just invisible, so it's just this cloak flowing through the water.
But yeah, Morgan will kind of push the chest onto the water and float back into the. Just kind of float here for a bit.
Okay.
Maskus will pick up the chest.
The cloak is giving away my location.
So is Morgan just saying there? There are two other ships.
Well, until I give it another command, yeah, we're gonna wait and see what's in here first to see if I even need to send her back out.
Okay. Damascus, you take this chest. It's easy enough to lift it up, there is a lock on it, but it's very rusted from the seawater and everything.
I will take my axe and I will give it a whack.
All right, easy enough. Whack. You hit the lock and it comes free.
All right, let's see what's in this chest.
You open it up and there's some straw in it, and you see that a 9-inch tall blue quartz statuette of a mermaid. It has been delicately been packaged into this chest.
Whoa, take a look at this, fellas.
That's fancy.
Impressive.
Well, this is probably going to be worth something. Well, a lot, I would imagine.
It looks quite pristine and well made.
Well, Morgan, I'm still looking for that pearl, so why don't you go back out there and find other treasure, and I will send my octopus back to the ships.
All right, Morgan. Just okay. So yeah, Morgan. I was gonna say Morgan, being an octopus, sees like a crack along the walkway underneath, so he's able to swim through this way.
Oh, perfect. They can squeeze into very tiny little holes.
Yeah, Cinder. You make it to the ship, but as you are swimming from the last ship, you see this massive. The shark is a little larger and is scarred and looks like it's been into fights, swimming overhead.
I am going to inconspicuously swim inside the folds of the cloak, and hopefully it won't see me.
All right, give me a stealth check.
Good thing I have advantage.
The shark pays you no mind. It spots the cloak, but it knows that it can't. A cloak is not very filling to eat. So it just continues to swim through the wreckages. So why don't both familiars give me perception checks as you're in each different ships. Really good. You searching through the ships, you each find your own chest.
Well,
good thing I have 8 arms. I'm going to drag the cloak with one, and with the other 4 that I have available, try to drag the chest and swim with the 3 that I have remaining.
Cinder, give me a strength check to try to pull.
Oh my god, an octopus has a 4 strength. Okay. Oh, -3. Oh, hey, an 8, a 15.
You are able to move half movement with this chest, even in the water. Even though the water gives it some light, weightlessness to it, it is a very heavy. It is a heavy chest.
All right. Well, that still lets me move 30 feet per turn as a move and a dash.
And Morgan, Morgan, you find again another small chest. This time it was hidden underneath a mattress in a cabin.
oh, well, I will squeeze under the mattress and pull or push the chest out and then drag it across the ocean floor.
All right.
As I did with the last one.
You come out and you see Morgan sees Cinder lugging this chest across the sea bottom, and you have this little. His chest is much bigger than yours, and you have this little chest, and you just kind of swim right by, like mine's lighter than yours.
I do love this growing rivalry between our
Yes.
our
Great.
familiars.
All right. Well, when Cinder gets back to shore, minutes after Morgan does, dragging a cloak and a chest, slides up onto the shore with the chest dragging behind him, and immediately shape changes back to a bird and flutters his feathers to get all the water off of him and flies up somewhere high to perch and watch the treasure be claimed.
Okay.
Because Cinder did not like being underwater at all.
Did he still keep the cloak?
No, I left the cloak and the chest on the ground. Cinder wanted nothing to do with any of that. He's kind of in a piss poor mood now that I made a fire elemental essentially go underwater. He is a fire elemental, after all.
So undignified.
I know. He hates it. Every minute of it. As a matter of fact, he probably won't speak to me for the rest of today.
So this chest just comes out, and this seems more of a chest, the one that Cinder brought, but the one that Morgan brought is more of a think of it as a lockbox.
Well, it's impressive finds. Maybe you guys did find some pearls in one of these.
Only one way to find out. Let's break them open.
The lockbox does not. It is locked, but it does not have like a padlock on the outside. It looks like you need some sort of probably to pick it.
No, you just
Or-
have to hit it harder.
Or that, or pry it open, whatever you want to do. How are you gonna open these chests? The big chest does have a padlock on it.
Damascus will break that one open with his axe.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Just strength?
Yeah, I'm gonna say give it. I'm just gonna do a straight strength roll for this. You're hitting it, but you are using your strength to open it. You strike it, and the axe keeps sliding off the padlock like you're hitting it at a wrong angle.
Here,
Does
let me,
anyone have... Sorry, go ahead.
I say here. Let me give it a try, and I'll pull out my little tools. I'm gonna try and pick it, Chris.
All right. Give me. Are you proficient with lockpicks?
With thieves' tools, yeah.
Go ahead and give me a thieves' tools check. That would be Is that dexterity plus your proficiency bonus? You know, as you're getting your tools in, you notice that the inside of the lock is rusted, and it's going to be much more
Now the
difficult.
mechanism's all seized up. Just break it open. Lock's a total useless.
Maybe
What's
you'll
it-
have better at the bigger one.
I thought he was hitting the bigger one.
Yeah, Damascus is hitting the bigger one.
Well, whichever one we're working on, I'll move to the other one.
All right.
What's the bigger chest made out of?
Wood.
Oh, well then I'm going to go in through the top.
All right. This time, yeah, give me an attack roll. What was prestidigitation? Where are you casting that on, Aiden?
I was just checking to see if it opened chests, but it doesn't. So I thought maybe
No.
I could just pop the chest open.
That's more.
I think it would open it if it was unlocked. Like,
Yeah.
you know, on there it says it'll slam open a door, but not.
Yeah, I see what you're trying to do, but I think that's what the knock spell is for. But so give me an attack roll, Damascus.
doesn't open or close doors, actually.
Yeah, I think that's only thaumaturgy.
That must be thaumaturgy.
Yeah.
Yes, and this is a woodcutter's axe, so it has advantage on wood things.
No, it doesn't.
every time I'm gonna do this, Chris. Every time he tries to open the lock, I'm gonna make a shower of sparks come out of the lock.
Okay.
Because I can do that with prestidigitation.
Damascus, you said screw the lock, and you drive your axe into the top, and the top of the chest smashes.
And a shower of sparks bursts forth.
Oops. Hope I didn't break it. Whatever's inside, that is. I will basically remove all the splinters and see what's inside.
What booty have we found?
You find some coins and a black silk pouch.
At least we have some spending money.
Is it wet, dry, like it was waterproof?
The silk pouch seems to have some sort of waterproof to it, but the coins are fine. These are like blue, a mixture of gold and silver coins. They have a bluish tint to them.
Is it common currency?
Is it ancient coin?
It's not ancient coin. This seems to be more modern day currency. It does have a foreign print to them, but most of the time a coin is the same coin. It has. It doesn't matter what the mint is if it's the same value everywhere else.
Yeah, it's like the design just tells you where it's from.
Exactly. And this one's actually closer to around where Aiden's from. This has a pyramid on it with an eye.
Fascinating. I think I know of the land from which these coins originated. This ship is far from home indeed.
So Damascus will grab the silk pouch and see what's inside.
You see 6 pearls.
Jackpot!
Oh, we did it.
I look to Caradwin and I say, it was a great idea, wasn't it? Look at that.
A fantastic idea. We'll have to remember that for the future.
Yes, and I'll have to write it.
But you would still need to give them a praise to kind of figure out the exact amount. Same thing with like any jewelry and sort
Just
of
take
art.
each pearl and cast Identify and see if any of the times that spell works.
I was gonna say, at the very least, I could do. I could just use all of them at once, maybe.
Maybe.
A bunch of different pearls, like a bunch of holographic beads rolling on a table.
Yep.
All
I've
right.
been trying to come up with like reasons for why certain spell components, and the thing I can't like just now is like, yeah, the pearl needs to be this much because if it's any less, it'll give you a false reading. So it could just say this thing casts fireball, and it's like, no, it just casts light.
So doing a quick count of the coins, you count at least 120 electrum pieces.
Ooh, that's a rare kind of coin.
Oh my goodness.
Jason, you go up to the lockbox, and it is locked, and there is a keyhole where you can unlock it.
Alright, let's see if this locks any better.
Easily enough. There's no rust in this one, and you hear a nice click.
Yeah, I got this one. Oh, go ahead and open it up.
Inside, you find a wand and what seems to be a leather-bound book. And it is completely dry on the inside.
Well, I'm suspecting this is a spell book, but I might as well open it up and take a look-see.
It does seem to be some sort of spell book, yes.
Gimme!
I get pushed out of the way.
There are 2 wizards here, and we are itching for knowledge.
Indeed.
But yeah, so you found a wand and a spell book,
Oh my god.
And a cloak.
and there is also a cloak as well.
This is Christmas
So
all over
you
again.
should probably just write out what we found here in one little post in the chat, and then we can split it up. How much coin did we find? You said 24 electrum each is all the
Per
coin.
person if we
120 electrum.
24 per person if we split it. I don't know if we are going to split it. I just figure I did the math on that.
120 divided by
5.
4 is 24.
By 5 people.
Oh, 5 people. I only saw 4 for a second because one person keeps dropping off. Okay.
Charm puts a company language full person mage armor sleep at better time. Holy shit! I am super excited.
Yeah, can we share that book and both copy those spells in?
I think I know
Full
where the
person.
electrum's going.
Blur and Spider Climb would be dead.
I already know Blur. I figured that one out myself, but I don't, and I know Mage Armor, but I don't know the rest of them.
Yeah, I have Mage Armor and Comprehend Languages and the rest.
So I'm gonna write these down too, but you can carry the book if you want, or I can. I'm stronger than you. I don't know if it'll if carrying a spell book. Spell books weigh 3 pounds.
Yeah, it'll.
But I am more than willing to share. Like I think we can copy spells out of a spell book, and it doesn't erase the spell in the spell book.
Well, if you're worried about how heavy the book is, you could leave it in the cards when you're not.
So
reading
yeah,
it.
I mean, going
But
through the
I
spell
have-
book.
I have a 14 strength, and I'm only carrying wizard stuff, so I have a lot of free space.
So yes, I mean, going through the spell book and everything, you are able to identify these spells. You just, again, you haven't been able to copy them into your own spell book
Yeah,
and
no,
whatnot.
that costs money and time. So
And you do find this wand, this unique wand.
Well, I mean, I guess we can try to test out the pearls and look at the wand and sword at the same time. But I figure if we want to leave, I could do this in the back of the cart. I could kind of
Yeah.
test these things out.
if the cart's
the
packed
crow.
now after the hour or so that we spent,
It's been more than it's been a little more than an hour because your octopuses did have to go and search through each and every ship. So it did take a little bit. So think of it as maybe you guys woke up say around 8-ish, or no, we'll say about what time would you guys have liked to have woken up?
So
about an
Damascus
hour
always,
after dawn.
yeah, Damascus usually wakes up very early.
So let's say now it's about 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, let's.
Let's get on the road, shall we?
Yeah, we're burning daylight.
Well, yeah, and as we are riding in the cart, I'm going to test out to see if any of these pearls will work with Identify, and I'm going to try to identify the wand, the short sword.
Do you have an owl's feather?
Well, I'm assuming the owl's feather is kind of negated by a spellcasting focus, because the only thing that matters would be...
That's correct.
Oh, okay. Because I looked at the spell earlier and it says it did say an owl feather, but okay.
Yeah, since
Yeah.
the owl feather doesn't have a cost, you can use a implement instead of that.
Okay.
Or
Which case-
or a components pouch which basically says you have all that random
Right.
junk.
Yeah, my spellbook now acts as my spellcasting focus, so I just need my spellbook.
Nice. What is that feature?
It's part of my order of scribes.
Oh, because you are a scribe. Gotcha.
All right. So what are you attempting to identify first?
I'm going to attempt to identify the wand, because I'm more interested in that. And that'll take about 10 minutes, I think, or 11 minutes. Let me post the spellbook.
And it always adds an extra 10 minutes when you ritually cast.
So it's 11 minutes to cast Identify, and I figure if we're on the road for a while, I can do both. So I'll do the wand first, and then the short sword, and then I will also do the cloak since we have it, and I might as well.
Okay.
Maybe I can learn from it.
First, you grab one of the pearls and you concentrate as you cast the spell. The spell goes through. And so the pearl that you, at least the pearl that you have, is worth the 100 gold pieces.
Awesome.
And this is what the wand is.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to put that on there.
It should be in your journal.
It's my turn. Thank you. Ooh. Oh, that's amazing. I love it. Oh man. Is anybody in the cart? I guess are we all in the cart? Are we?
Yeah,
I'm in the cart watching you and just writing out your expressions as you do this.
yeah, they're all watching you in anticipation of what's happening.
Except
I
for
like
how you
Mischief,
feel.
he's driving.
I have to
I-
add out your expression.
I'm not really telling anybody what it is. I'm just sort of, as I'm working, am speaking out loud. So as I figure out what it is, I'm kind of like, okay, so this is I can find trapdoors with this. That's really cool. I should figure out how to do that. And I'm kind of taking mental notes out loud as to what these objects are. So I'm not talking directly to anybody, but I'm very much giving away all the
Yeah,
information.
you're so inside your work, you're oblivious to everybody else, and you're, again, yeah, like I said, you're talking out loud as you're filling out your notebook.
This is a wand of secrets. Use it to find a secret door or trap if it is within 30 feet of you, and it has 3 charges that are regained daily at dawn. That's it. And I kind of set that to the side, and then I pull the short sword and I lay it on my spellbook, and I begin the next ritual casting of Identify.
Okay. Spell goes through.
Are you going to use a different pearl this time?
Actually, I will try a different pearl. That's not a bad idea. I will try a different pearl.
All right, you set aside the pearl that you know works, and you reach in the silk bag and pull out another one. It's the same size and everything like that, and you ritually cast the spell, and the pearl it works. The spell goes through.
Oh, nice.
And
Add another pearl to the list.
and this
Actually, I will give that to Aiden just in case he ever wants to.
Yeah, that's fantastic, because if I need to learn Identify, I would have the ingredient.
okay.
Thank you.
So this is what you discover about the sword. It is now in your journal.
Leaning close.
1 pearl. I'm going to write down 1 pearl, and then at least 50 GP value, right? Is it 50?
100.
100, okay. At least 100 GP value. It might be worth more, but we know it's at least worth 100.
And so as I'm kind of looking over this one, I'm making notes in my spell book of what this item is. Yeah, I'm just kind of like mumbling. Well, not as impressive as a wand, but it does have some. Does a little better. It's a little sharper, magically sharper. Nothing too crazy. I kind of put it to the side near Gallenford or Aiden, whoever wants it. It is a +1 short sword.
Interesting.
And then before I do the cloak, I just want to look at the pearls. Are they all about the same size?
They are all the same size, and they all look exactly the same. I mean, the size and everything like that, yeah. But you know how nothing. It's not like the waves inside of them. They're naturally made pearls. I mean, they do look different, but they're all the same size.
Okay. Then I will just set the other. How many? There were 5 total, right?
There were
So I will
6
set the other-
total, and you kept one, and you gave one to Aiden, so there are 4 left.
Okay, so I will set the other 4 aside and say these are probably about the same worth, and then I will look at the cloak and see if the cloak is anything, or if I can at least learn anything from it.
All right. Are you ritually casting it as well again?
Yes, it is all ritual cast.
All right. So this is going by. You guys are making your way again towards the mountains and everything like that.
Damascus is not paying attention to anything in the back of the cart because it's all gibberish to him. And so he's gonna just be focusing on anything around him.
All right. Caradwin, this is what you discover about the cloak, and it's in your journal.
Oh my god, I love the name.
As soon as Karen goes, oh my god, she's like, ah, because this is the third time she's done that.
It's action to change the style, color, and apparent quality of the garment. The cloak's weight does not change regardless of its appearance. The cloak can't anything but a cloak, although it can duplicate the appearance of other magic cloaks. It doesn't gain the magic property. So it is the cloak of many fashions.
It's
and
just
you can basically change everything about the look of the cloak, but it doesn't change any of the property of the cloak. And I'm going to give this one specifically to Gallenford and say, this is sure to lighten up. This is sure to lighten up any show you put on for anybody.
Ooh. And it looks like, from what you said, it could even mimic my autumn-themed cloak I'm wearing now. But nice.
Absolutely, and you could change the way that its texture as well. You know, if you don't want it to be silk anymore and you want it to be more cottony, you can do that, or keep it as silk because, of course, what's better than that? Very nice.
This is all amazing.
so who is getting what magic item?
I'm gonna give the cloak to Gallenford because I figure he would get the most use out of it. The Wand of Secrets I will kind of keep. I will give to anybody who wants it, and the short sword I will give to anybody who wants it.
And I'm holding on to the spell book for now, but I'm sharing the spells with Caradwin. I just calculated how much money and time it's going to take me to copy those spells, so it's going to be a while. And I'm assuming, Caradwin, that since did we find 5 pearls?
Yes, we did. We
So
found
everybody can get a pearl?
total. 6 total. I kept 1, you kept 1. That leaves 4 left. So if we did want to split all the pearls, everybody could get 1, and we'd have 1 left over.
All right. Well, here's what let's yeah, Damascus, do you want to hold the extra pearl just to kind of pay for the fact that you're using the horse and the cart? And we can divvy it up later if we need to, but you're kind of our quartermaster, is the way I'm seeing your character. So we can give like excess treasure to you to hold for party funds.
Did Jason, you unlocked the lockbox, right?
Right, and it had the book and the wand in it.
Well, perhaps we store the extra pearls in the lockbox, and we'll just keep it on the cart.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I'm just saying that dividing the treasure, if whoever's like in charge of getting our supplies whenever we're in town, should just carry the extra party money.
Yes,
We can have like individual accounts and then a party shared account.
that's actually how I did
It's
it
like-
with the black hearts. Was that I divvied up the money evenly, and then anything extra went into a group account.
Yeah,
I like that
I think
idea.
that's smart. That way, when we ever come up with like we need to get rooms for the night, we might be able to just pay
Blackhearts, huh?
for it out of the party funds.
Is
So
that
then
a
we
group
each
you
get-
traveled with once before?
No, it wasn't. It was a story of some other adventurers that I heard.
But I wrote down that I have the 1 pearl and the spell book on my character sheet. That's all I'm tracking for right now, and the 24 electrum pieces. I put that down too.
I was gonna say if we split those, then everybody gets 24 of those.
Yeah.
5 of us.
So yeah, I still need another 300 gold pieces. Let's go.
But okay. The short sword is still sitting there for whoever to take it. Who is going to grab the +1 short sword?
If no one else can use it, I will use it until I find a nice rapier.
Yeah, I literally can't wield it. It's not a wizard. I'm not proficient in short swords.
Do you favor the heavier weapons, Damascus?
No, I was never one to use weapons, but this, he gestures to his battle axe, has done me well. For
That's right.
time.
Damascus just beats shit up with his bare hands.
That's right.
Jason, I think I saw you wielding a wand, not a blade.
I wield my pen, and I'm just gonna, do that pen spinny thing that you see. I wield this thing. It's not exactly a wand.
That was a pen? And you did all that stuff? You saved me from that harpy with that
Like I
acid.
said, I never learned how to cast spells like you guys do. So if you take a look closely at his pen, you can see there's all these little like
Wait a minute.
tiles with the runes on there that he touches to cast his spells.
Connor, did you just put 16 minutes on there? Is that a typo or?
No, it's not.
That's amazing, dude. It takes me 14 hours and it takes you 16 minutes?
Speaking of cool quills, I also got this at second level.
That's holy shit.
You guys, so Cara Dwayne and Jason are now comparing writing utensils.
Are you guys comparing the size of your wands?
I mean, honestly, I feel like I'm writing with a dull piece of chalk, and Carolyn's got this expensive gold filigree like quill that just writes automatically with never-ending ink.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
I can kind of do that.
And Jason has this
my-
nice mechanical ink pen.
It's like an actual like pen, like.
Actually, I'm a blade singer, so really the comparison might be I use a chisel and stone.
But I'll cast Mage Hand. It'll grab the pen and it'll write itself. And look, I can do that
is
too.
awesome, dude. Okay, yeah, 14 hours to 16 minutes. That's quite a difference.
Oh yeah, the money is still the same cost. But yeah, the time is.
So Gallenford, I put it in your journal for the time being, the +1 weapon. So add it on your character sheet, fill it out, a +1 short sword.
Already.
Alright, well, I'm still pleased. I'll eventually learn these spells and get them in my book. And, I mean, they're more utility than... Well, hold person is pretty handy for a
Whole person is
or
awesome.
a blade dancer. I mean, I'm okay with that. If I paralyze someone, I could just dance around them and chop their head off. That's perfect.
So by the end of the day, as you guys are going over your new magical items and equipment and stuff like that, and making plans on what to do and how to help each other out in the party, you guys make it to the edge of the mountains.
I start to I'll summon Cinder down and say, okay, you've had this attitude for long enough now, Cinder. Get over it. You're dry now. You've had plenty of time to fly. You think that before the sun goes down, you could make one pass, kind of glancing into the mountains and see if you can see orcs. Like, just fly high overhead and see if Cinder can find any orc encampments or fire, like a campfire or, something like that to know that might denote like them coming down from the passes.
Okay.
And no more than, half a mile or so around us, just to give a good idea of what's around us.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and have Cinder give me a perception check.
Okay. Come on, Ken. Can you roll a little better today?
Cinder is flying around. It is a little cloudier this evening, and especially near the mountains with the sea weather and everything like that. Cinder does not see any signs like of a fire or an encampment within or around your area in the mountains.
All right. When Cinder returns, I tell the group that he claims it's all clear. We should be free to set up camp before it gets dark, and we may even be able to have a fire tonight if there's no one within sight of a fire. And I am eagerly awaiting a campfire to listen to Gallenford's stories, because he kind of hinted at a few stories, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait for tonight. We're going to roast some dogs and sit by the campfire and hear stories.
Oh, and he can use this new cloak to really, change the way the story's going. If it's down to a dark and spooky spot, he can darken the cloak, and I'm very excited myself as well.
Yeah, he can even.
Ooh, you just gave me an idea.
Like the cloak said, it can take on other magical cloaks, so he can make the cloak all animated as well. Like
did anybody take the wand, by the way? The wand of secrets.
the wand is I kept it in your character because you seemed kind of more like you kind of like shuffled it against your thigh, you know, like scooted it closer to you, like I'm keeping this.
Yeah, I can keep a hold of that.
Since you're the only one that kind of really do you normally use a wand? Oh no, you have you have your spell book. That's right.
My spellbook is my focus now, but I did have a staff which I will now begin leaving in the cart because I don't need it.
Okay.
Actually, I'll carry it with me just in case. You never know.
Okay.
I mean, you might be able to hit somebody with it if you need to.
That's true. That's true.
As you guys set up camp, you get a fire going. Harvey is enjoying some grass from the seaside and everything like that. And from there, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute pee break. I gotta use the restroom.
Hey, Galenford, while you begin telling stories, I do play a wood flute, but remember, I don't play it very well. So every once in a while, I'm gonna prestidigitate some faint musical notes, like as background music to the music you're playing while you're telling your stories.
Oh, I wanted you to be playing your flute and then prestidigitate the music, but
Actually,
it's not.
yeah, I can pretend to play the flute and then just like use the magic instead.
Yeah, but the music isn't what a pan flute sounds like.
Yeah, it's like a lute playing in the background while I'm blowing on my pan flute. All right, yeah, I'll run to the restroom too. Bio break. Okay, cool guys. Be right back.
All right.
Sorry, I was still on mute. Okay. You know, I just don't want you guys to hear my explosions.
From the hail?
If I go to the bathroom. It's only like 15 feet from my computer. Pretty small cabin. So.
Yeah.
Galliford, you go about the night telling your stories, and with your new cloak, are able to act out a little more flat, a little bit better, and everything like that, changing it at will to what you need it to be. The night goes off without a hitch, no issues,
No ambushes.
no ambushes, and it's a peaceful night.
Before
And you said that took 1 day to get here?
Yeah, because you took you took a bit retrieving the stuff from the ocean.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna use a day of rations.
yeah, before anybody would let me, Damascus usually goes out hunting to see what he can get.
Yeah, please do. Because I only have 3 days of rations left. So if you can find us something to eat, that'd be great.
Damascus, give me a survival check.
And you know what? I want to use my inspiration on this one.
You are able to find a deer with your 20.
Nice. I got it slung over my shoulders as I walk back.
And this is a good like 4-point buck.
All right. Well,
Looks
so
like meat's back on the menu, boys.
and while
Sorry, I couldn't.
Ravenford is retelling his story, Damascus is gonna gut and skin this thing.
All right, give me a survival check to see how well you clean the animal.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, you are able to Okay, let me ask you this: would you like to keep the head intact, or you just want to keep the antlers?
I think I just want the antlers.
Okay, you are able to remove the antlers from the skull, no problem, and you get the fur off in one piece. So based off the rules that we are doing, write down add a deer hide and antlers, and survival 21. I don't know how you were doing it in your notes, but
Yep, that's exactly how I did it.
all right.
And I think we might be able to make this deer last maybe more than one night.
Yeah, how many? Do we have a couple days at least of deer meat that we can make into stews or whatnot?
Depends on how much you decide to eat the deer tonight.
Well, we have a cart to carry stuff in, so I'm not too worried about the weight of it. But whatever we can preserve, obviously, maybe we can set it out to dry or something.
Maybe during the night we'll just like smoke it over the fire.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right. So you take what you want for tonight, and that leaves about a half a deer, fresh half a deer left. There's 5 of you, so it's gonna take. Give me another survival check, Damascus, to see how well you can preserve the other half of this deer.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a note that we pick up some like preserving salts in the next town.
Oh, good idea. Yeah, if we're gonna be hunting, we need hunting accoutrement.
All right, you make this makeshift smoker, and being a bit of a cattleman yourself, a rancher.
I'm the handyman. We got a tech guy in Jason, and we got fire with Aiden.
Yep, you are able to pull together this makeshift smoker with everybody's help, and keep the fire going low and slow. And when you wake up the next morning, you have smoked deer meat.
Dude, we are the best adventuring party ever.
Yes, now we just need a group name to go with the title of the book.
So I'm thinking basically we just made our own personal rations.
Yeah, for a couple days or however long.
Yeah, since you smoked it, you're able to stretch it out more. You could definitely pull off strips of jerky. If you're gonna really ration it, I would say with a half a deer and about the size with the 20 and how you got it, I would say about 3 days worth of rations.
Okay, so we made 3 rations. I will
How many
add
days?
that. 3 days of rations. Is
Okay.
that for each person or just one person?
I figured since this will be like for everybody because you're doing it more of as a meal type deal, so this is like 3 days worth of dinners for everybody.
Okay, so these are 3 bulk rations.
Yes.
I'm going to put that down in the cart.
Cool.
So when everybody went to sleep, you could still hear Jason working on something a little bit into the night, and then this morning you see him. He's able to fit like everything in his backpack. You can see there's symbols on it, and now he's just like, a big old box of tools in there, another big box of tools in there, another big box of tools. And it's clearly bigger on the inside than it was on the outside.
Yeah, Damascus is just staring like waiting for it to be full, and he just like he puts a whole ore in, and he's like, "How?"
What did you do, Jason?
Yes.
What did you do to your bag? Is there like a spell? Or...
So this is one of my infused items, the bag of holding.
Yeah, he created a bag of holding.
So at level 2, I believe at level 2 I learned 4 infusions. One of them is, they're right there, bag of holding, enhanced defense, mind sharpener, and repeating shot. And then I can enhance 2 items.
How long does it?
My backpack into a bag of holding.
How long does it last? Is it indefinite until you die?
It's indefinite until I either make something else or like just dismantle this one.
Okay. So until you make something else or dismantle it, or again until you die, it is a bag of holding.
Yes, I've modified my backpack into a bag of holding.
Okay.
Now, what happens if you lose that?
Lose what?
Your bag of holding.
Then
Does it stay a bag of holding even if you don't have it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe the detail says that your infusions last for 24 hours after you die.
Well, I'm thinking he's asking if I could just pass them out.
Yeah, he can't make everybody a bag of holding until he makes something.
But I'm saying, like, it came up in the Castanamir game because when I took David's sword away, it's an infused item too, and we were wondering how long it would stay glowing and magical, essentially, while he didn't have it.
I think it's indefinite unless you die, in which it lasts for 24 hours and then fades away.
Yeah, I think you have to actually infuse something else to end the infusion on the other thing.
The whole reason why I kind of played Artificer is because I wanted to be cute. I wanted to pass things out to you. That's why. So I took bag of holding because I'm getting weighed down with all these tools. Enhanced defense, I could increase Damascus's armor by +1. Mind sharpener, a wizard who wears that can instantly succeed on Constitution saving throws, and repeating shot means it's a never-ending crossbow.
Nice.
I'm here to gear you guys out, is why I want to play this game.
I'm down with that.
An interesting party we are.
Yeah, we have some interesting skills.
But you can only enhance 2 items at a time, right?
For
I
now.
can only enhance 2 items at a time, and I can't use the same infusion on multiple things.
Correct. But like, so if you try to make a third thing, you have to give something up.
Yeah, the oldest one will be given up, yes.
Okay.
Two matter.
So, just for my curiosity, are you keeping track of the order since you said the oldest one has to be gone first?
Well, I'm thinking that if I make a new one, I'll dismantle the, like, If somebody has a defense or whatever, and I want to make a crossbow, I'll dismantle the defense one to make the crossbow.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. I know artificers are a new character class, so I'm sorry if I have a lot of questions. I'm curious about it.
Oh, that's okay. We need to make sure we all learn how to play them.
I might have to play one too. They seem pretty fun.
All right.
I played was fun.
So you guys have seen Jason just put all of his stuff into this backpack, and it's never ending, essentially. But after packing everything up, you guys are set and ready to go. Is there anything else?
I mean, I love the fact that he has this bag that holds so much stuff, so we have room to sit in the cart without having like tons of stuff in the back of the cart. It's super convenient. Like we can stretch our legs out back here.
Please, though, Brad, please keep a note of what all you have inside the bag of holding.
Yep, and I'm gonna keep track of the weight and all that stuff.
Okay, thank you. You guys hook up Harvey and you set off into the mountains. You follow some paths. You know that the dwarves are in this general area. But about around noonish, around lunchtime, is when you come across these old ruins, and you know that these dwarves have found and are excavating some ruins.
We must be close if we're near these ruins now.
I'm putting you on the map. Can everybody see?
A minute.
I believe so. Yes, I see our cart, our horse, and 2 walls on either side of us.
I just see me.
Okay, I was afraid of that. Hold on. I gotta give you night vision.
I pulled the cinder out. I don't know if it comes out as cinder. Looks like it does. Okay.
Yeah, I think I still need to fix the...
And then... As we approach these ruins, I'm going to cast a spell. Drawing an arcane protection signal with my obsidian shard. I place a magical barrier on myself for the next 8 hours. And I will click my mage armor button. That adds to my AC.
Can everybody now see?
I can see.
I can see.
I can see.
I could see before, so I can see still.
Okay, no, that's fine. I have to give you, even though I give you guys vision, I have to give you night vision in order for you.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, unless we're carrying a light source, if we don't have dark vision, then you shouldn't give us night vision.
Well, otherwise they can't see the map at all.
Yeah, so they need a light source.
Well, there's light out. I'm saying it's daytime.
Oh, it's not dark. Okay.
Correct.
Chris,
Yeah.
can I also get sight over my raven?
Stop moving.
Yeah, you need to add sight to the familiars and probably night vision to them too, so they can see.
Thank you very much.
Can everybody see everybody's name tags and health bars?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Except for the familiars, yes.
I gave him. Oh, I see the problem. This current token, his hit point isn't on the bar.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, familiar pretty much gets hit, it dies.
No, yeah. I mean, so you guys approach the gate. You believe you are here where you're at. You do believe you could fit Harvey and the cart through the gate if you so wish. So what do you guys do?
I suggest that we leave the familiars to kind of guard the cart, and we scout forward first before we try to bring the cart into the ruin.
Agree. It's not a good idea to bring an animal in to a confined space.
Right. And as long as we're within 100 feet or so of our familiars, we can still communicate with them.
Actually, I would like to send Morgan into the room to scout ahead. Not me, just my bird.
You go ahead and do that. I'm just worried about somebody shooting my hawk with an arrow.
Let me read this description out real quick for you. The canyon's rocky walls raise to a height of 80 feet, and at the end of the canyon, a 20-foot high wall of black stone has a broken gate carved into it, with one store door hanging precariously by a hinge and the other door missing. Beyond this open gate, in the shadow of a great mountain to the to the west, because your guys are west, not east, lies a ruined settlement, and all is quiet.
My raven will fly right here and kind of perch, look around.
Easily enough. Oh, one second. This is a ruined settlement. These are like buildings and everything like that, and beyond that, you do see some stone walls, and they're about 10 feet high.
I'm going to put my hand on Gallenford's shoulder and say, I'm gonna need you to walk with me for a bit because I'm about to lose my sight. And I'm going to, my eyes are going to gray over, and I'm going to use the cool Find Familiar thing where I can see through what my familiar.
Okay.
Very well. I shall lead you, my lady.
And if I'm still within 100, I am. I will command Morrigan to move a little further forward. Kind of fly over the well onto this building. Onto the edge of the wall.
As Morgan's fine, Morgan sees two dwarves on the other side.
And I will whisper to Gallenford that there are some dwarves up ahead. And I will come out of the vision.
Realizing that, I will use my lute, but I'll try and play the sound quietly, but use it to cast my message spell to Damascus, who's ahead, and just say, "There are dwarves up ahead. Tread lightly. We don't want to startle them."
In the courtyard, a partially collapsed 10-foot high wall separates this courtyard from the settlement west. 3 heaps of rubble are piled high in this area. Hewn from the canyon's back wall, a 30-foot high temple facade features steps rising to a stone platform. Cut into this facade is a 10-foot high open doorway flanked by crumbling life-size granite statues cloaked in of cloaked dwarves. Evil grins can be seen on their weather-worn faces.
So are these just ruins of buildings?
Yes, these are ruins. The walls are still up and everything like that, but you do. I mean, they do have ceilings to them, but this is a ruined settlement.
Well, they seem cheerful enough.
Are there any clues as to how recently these things fell down?
You can give me an investigation check. This is an ancient ruin. This is not a recent event.
I was just worried the dragon would have came through here or something.
Cinder is going to change form into a something small. Where is it? How about a... Is there a snake? Can I be a snake?
You can be a snake. There's also a flying snake that you can be.
No. He's going to change form into a tressum.
Oh, yay, a tressum.
Yep, a flying cat. And he's going to walk around on the ground as a tressum.
Oh, goody.
I probably... R-E-S-S. That's not in the compendium. Shit. Okay, I'll pull up the stats online.
So is it just a four-legged raven? It's like a little baby Pegasus.
It's the flying snake, but it has legs. And
A tressum is a cat. A flying cat.
I know, I'm just trying to use existing stats to reflavor it.
Oh, gotcha.
You basically forced Cinder to grow an extra pair of legs.
Yes, I did. Where's the stats? I don't know. Oh well, it doesn't matter.
Off somewhere in the far distance, a shiver runs up the spine of a evil entity.
Then Storm King's Thunder is where the stats are, so I'll just pull up that book.
Okay.
But yeah, Cinder is now a flying cat. And Cinder will fly up onto like a cliff wall somewhere and just clutch onto that cliff wall up here.
So the cliff wall is 80 feet high.
Yeah, so he can fly up there and just kind of cling onto it with his cat claws.
Okay.
Ooh, what is this link? Is that my stats? Yes, thank you. That's what I accept. Yeah.
Is he up on the cliff wall just pushing rocks off? Just...
he will get to that. Yes.
So I assume there's nothing in these ruins?
You guys are peering through each room. There is nothing but rubble.
I'm going to call him 60 feet up.
This is an old well, I assume?
Yes.
Hopefully you got my message, Damascus.
Yes. I got your message.
I will draw my sword and move forward cautiously.
Remember, we're here to warn the dwarves, right? About the dragon's presence?
That is correct.
Yes.
Yes.
It is why we
And we're going to ask for their help in fighting off the orcs.
Damascus, you see two, as you entered in, two dwarves stand up and... Hello? What? Who are you?
Don't worry, we're friends. We've traveled to aid the town of... I forgot what it's called, because we've made too many jokes about it.
Gloomstick.
Gloomstick. Called for adventurers, and we have answered that call. Do you know about the dragon?
Dragon?
Yes, apparently a white dragon has decided to roam these parts recently. Has been caused.
This is news to us. Oh, crap. Because they're kind of looking what the top up here. My name's Daslin, and the second one. My name's Norbus.
Pleasure to meet both of you.
Have you had any experience dealing with dragons and such? I'll say as I walk up and catch the tail end of the conversation.
No, we're none. We're just excavators. We came out here looking for a new ore of gold when we discovered this. So we were working this for a while until we hit a hiccup.
What hiccup you said? That?
You guys are adventurers. Perhaps you would like to help us out. This fortress, if the dragon, if what you say does come around, we can easily fortify us in this here. But like I said, there is a hiccup. You see, they're all monster. We ran into a monster in there.
What kind of monster is this?
Some sort of blob.
A blob? Can you be more specific?
It fell from the ceiling and it attacked us, and it is very large, and we are not fighters, as you can see. And they have no armor, and all you used to see around are like tool. They're wielding a few tools.
Well, I don't think a slimy bit of sludge would be too much of an issue.
I mean, I've never fought a blob, but I assume you can kill it with a pickaxe.
We'll make you a deal. Clear out the ruins of any of the monster and of any other threats, and we'll give you our sending stones.
That could be handy.
Very
yeah. What are those?
They allow you to communicate over long distances.
Really?
Oh.
I've never heard of those types.
Similar to what I do with my loot. Those definitely will be handy. We will help you anyways, but...
No, don't say that. A price should always be paid. Toss a coin to your witcher, damn it.
How many of you are down here?
Just the two of us.
Really, just the two of you? With the dragon about and the orcs about to attack?
Orcs? What orcs?
Oh, yeah, we didn't tell you about the orcs. Apparently there is a raiding party of orcs in these hills. They seem to have hostile intentions.
You see, we've been out here for a couple months clearing and excavating this area. We have no word of what's going on the outside.
Perhaps you should join us heading back to the town. Or, probably what you would prefer better is that we cleared this area out so you can fortify yourselves.
This, personally, we would like to stay if all possible. This is, as you can see, this is a dwarven tomb that would require much study and research. But if you're unable to clear out the monsters, we will come with you. But if you're
just the two of you.
Yes.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
Is it two guys or a guy and a girl?
There are two guys. Two boys. Males.
Not judging.
They're just out excavating ruins together?
They were searching for a gold ore, a gold deposit, and when they discovered this ruin.
Partners seeking to get rich.
Yes.
Gotcha. Good plan. Should probably have a warrior amongst you, though, just in case you run into blobs and such. But good thing you ran into us.
More like we ran into them.
You're right. Good thing we happened along.
Actually, a good thing that the mayor of Gloomstake thought to send someone out to check on you.
Can Cinder scan the area? Because as a Tressum, I can see invisible things, just to make sure there's nothing hiding from us.
From where Cinder is, Cinder can only
He's gonna fly around and get within 60 feet of all the little nooks and crannies, and see if I see anything invisible.
Have Cinder give me a perception check.
Okay. What is my perception as a Tressum? It is +5. And it's not smell, I'm using sight, so I don't get the advantage, so it's just a +5. 16.
Cinder flying around, hopping, is staying within the settlement area. He does not see anything invisible or anything else other than you guys.
Okay. So Cinder kind of sends me that information. There's nothing sneaking up on us. So I trust them, and I will call Cinder to me. Cinder will land on my shoulder, and I'll join, go with the group. Kind of telling them, it doesn't look like they're planning an ambush or anything. I think we can trust them.
You think they can ambush us with just 2 people?
I've never done battle with a dwarf before. I have no idea how strong they are.
I assure you, we are not here to fight or anything, just to excavate and look for treasure.
And the thing about an ambush is, it's not the ones you see, it's the ones you don't see that you have to worry about.
Well, that's why I used Cinder.
But do we have a deal? Will you help us out, and we will give you our sending stones?
Damascus will pat him on the shoulder and he says, we'll see what we can do.
Yes, and when we finish, please remember our names. We'll tell you on the way out.
Remember our names. We haven't told you yet, but we'll tell you on the way out.
If we
We're
live.
currently workshopping it.
Alright. So, Aiden, you're way back there.
Yeah, sorry, I'm making some food on the stove real quick. I have to be with Carrigan.
Chris, is it dark in this?
There is no light. Yes, so you would need a light source.
Oh, shoot.
Okay, then Damascus will ignite one of his torches.
Well, I was going to say I could take out my staff and cast the light spell on it as well. And I will do that.
I'm going to snap my fingers and make Cinder vanish for now. I might summon him later as we're entering into a cave. I don't think I have... you know what? I do have some light that I'm going to summon at least for 10 minutes. Or however long this lasts. Duration. How long does that last?
I thought that the produce flame was just kind of endless as long as you hold it, because it's cantrip. You just keep it over and over. 10
But
minutes?
it's a cantrip, so I can cast it every 10 minutes when it starts to go out, if I want to. So I will just summon that little fire in one hand, so you can have me shed light for 10 feet, and then dim light for another 10 feet. You can just put that on my token, since I'm just walking around with my sword in one hand and a ball of fire in the other.
I may have boo-booed and deleted my character token when I went to delete my familiar.
Oh, I put you back on. I gotta fix your token.
Thank you. I cast light on my staff, so if you just want to give me that 20-foot bright, 20-foot dim.
Did Carrotwin just banish herself?
I did.
Is Carradine even real? Are we just going crazy?
Oh, thank you very much. All right.
Hold on.
Got rid of my familiar, as I do not need it anymore.
Okay. You said you cast a light spell?
Yes. So that's the 20-foot dim, 20-foot bright.
Out of curiosity, Connor, do you have a special color that you make your light, or do you just make what color?
It's a very dim blue.
Ooh, a pale blue light. Okay.
Yes, pale blue.
I like
light.
it.
So I think I got that right. So.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Okay. Done cooking.
And Damascus will light toward. Oh, he could get some light.
Okay. Shit. What's it? How big is the torch? 10.
I think it's the
2020.
spell.
2020.
Just to kind of get a general idea, who has dark vision besides me?
I do.
I do.
So Carrotwin and Damascus are the two that don't.
Oh, I didn't know Jason had dark vision.
Yeah, Isomars have dark vision.
Yeah, that's why Keelim's eyes glow.
Okay. So light should be. Who has dark vision?
Gallenford, Jason, and Aiden.
My dark vision shows me things in shades of red, though, instead of gray, because I am from the elemental plane of fire. I think that's kind of cool. I have like
Predator's infrared vision.
yes, it's like infrared dark vision.
That's pretty cool.
Just
Funny, I don't think any of
alive.
us realize that you're not human, Jason.
Yeah, I haven't really.
Yeah, I thought Jason was human too.
I
Can-
wasn't mentioning it at the Warforge, but I during that session it was all choppy. I asked Chris how common Asimar are, and I was gonna connect with them being two like rare races, but I didn't get the chance.
So
I see shades of green because I've got a blue eye and a yellow eye.
Well, I see shades of the Fae.
can you now see green?
Yep, I can see green.
And Aiden, you should see red.
Ooh, look at that! You'll have to tell me how you did that.
That's with the new dynamic lighting settings.
That's really cool.
But so the lighting should all be normal now. So what do you guys do?
Well, I have my mage armor on. I'm feeling pretty brave. I'm gonna go ahead and step forward with maybe.
Other way.
Which way? Am I going? We're going this way.
We're going this way.
Yeah, I'll follow the group.
So what's over here?
In there, you guys peer through. It seemed to be it's a ruined it's a ruined room, and there's rubble everywhere. It seems like the doors were clearing it out at one point.
Okay, I'll just keep moving on.
And Damascus, as you enter the room, you do see an altar at the end.
Keep an eye on the ceiling. They said the blob fell from there. So I'm gonna actively search above us before I step into the room.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check.
So, Chris, just going off this thematic lighting, I should see green where it's dim light and dark. Is that how that works?
there's a night vision button that gives you the light, and it allows me to give you the to tint the color. So I just tinted that if I need.
So I'm just because right here it's like white, and over here it's green, but I can see, and then over here it's black. So So what I'm getting from this is like it shows bright light in white, like darkness I can see in there, and then dark over here.
Okay.
I only comment this because, Ken, this might be something you put in your game so that the people who need the darkness and dim light could see where the darkness and the dim light are.
Okay.
Continue on, Caradwin. With your 15, you do kind of notice a slight discoloration over here.
Ooh, I'm gonna stop Damascus. There's something a little different over there on the ceiling. Very careful.
You pointed out.
Very wise. The dwarves did say the ooze fell from the ceiling.
As he points it out, I'm going to cast Fairy Fire in that spot.
Okay. With that, we are going to roll initiative.
Aha. We found it.
Should I wait till after we roll initiative?
No, since
Fairy Fire is not really an attack spell.
no, but it was lying in wait and to prey upon something, and you kind of got it out. So
I get to try that rhyme. Fairies of the night, hear my plight, illuminate my foes in autumn's red light.
Wow. We have some awesome initiatives this turn.
It's pretty bad when I'm rolling top of initiative, guys.
Yeah, you win.
Dude, I think I'm channeling Norco right now.
Yeah, I think that's just the curse of being a fighter. That's not overly dex based.
Not a dex-based fighter, yeah.
Yeah.
all right. I will
And this jelly is on the ceiling, correct?
It is on the ceiling, yes. So your spell triggered initiative, Gallenford. This is always I always. So go ahead and cast your spell.
I did up top.
Okay.
Dex save.
Ooh.
Oh, I got a 13. And a 13 is the save. So.
The fairy powder doesn't hit it.
Yep. And when you cast the spell, it dropped to the ground as you cast your spell.
How high is the ceiling?
Wait, it rolled a 12 on here. Or that's its initiative.
That's his initiative.
The save probably hidden.
Oh.
Or it hasn't loaded in yet.
They're 10 feet high and flat.
Okay.
Alright, well. Seeing that Fairy Fire has set this thing off, I will look at it and in an attempt to not miss, I will cast my new spell of Magic Missile. Deal a bunch of force damage to this thing.
Okay.
Bam! Oh, max damage. You want me to roll all 3 cards?
So
or just the one?
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have you just roll just the one.
Nice.
So
15 damage.
15 damage.
That's pretty sweet.
That is sweet.
And then as
you 3 holes explode as into this oozy jelly, and they begin to reform, and it looks like it's starting to crawl towards you guys.
Kill it quickly with fire. And then I don't know if I have a bonus action.
Talk to Aiden about killing stuff with fire.
I have a fireball in my hand right now.
Okay, that's a full action to do that. Okay, I will not do. Then I will just move behind Aiden, and I will say, "Kill it with fire."
Okay. The jelly. 5, 10. Is going to attack Damascus with a pseudopod. This whip comes out. This whip comes out and attempts to attack you, Damascus. With a 7.
I will beat it back with the torch.
All right. Jason.
Alright, we are going to start out with a bang. We're going to do Thunderwave.
Thunderwave.
No, it's funny that he said that because it's Jason plus cannon. We're gonna start out with a bang, and I was like, that's very appropriate.
So we're going to do a Thunderwave. And let's see. So it's a cone, so there, and then goes out.
Right, so you're aiming it to avoid Damascus.
Yeah.
All right, a thunderous boom goes out right in your ear, Damascus.
Yeah, no, I've heard it. Yeah, I've heard it before.
He learned it from the orc.
So, Khan. Ooh.
Jeez.
So it's not pushed back, and it takes half damage?
Let me do it as the spell card.
Yes, that's correct.
All right. This jelly, it seems to be like half of it is starting to trail behind it. It seems to be falling apart.
So after the Thunderwave, the little cannon on his shoulder perks up and it's like, whoop, and it's going to take a shot as well with the bonus action.
Yeah, so you know that's going to require a spell slot to activate?
No, it's just a bonus action, isn't it?
To activate your cannon, you basically expend a spell slot, and then you have it for an hour.
No, you use an action to make it. Then if it breaks, you use an action to make it. If it breaks, you can use a spell slot to make it again. Otherwise, you need a long rest.
Yeah, I was going to say, you get it once per long rest, and then after that, it's spell slot based.
That's what it is.
But I can shoot it as many times as it's still here.
All right, so
19 to hit.
So okay. A 19 is a hit.
Okay. So it's going to take 10 force damage and be pushed 5 feet back.
Yeah, this thing is not looking well. How far? 5 feet or 10 feet?
5 feet. The Thunderwave would do 10. The Force Cannon does 5.
All right. You push it back, and this thing is trying to hold itself together.
And that will be the end of my turn.
All right.
Let's test
Nope.
this new
Nope.
sword
Wait.
out.
Wait.
Okay.
Jason, to your right, you see movement on the ceiling.
Oh, there's more than one. Of course, Chris would put more than one.
And it moves there. And since the ceiling's only 10 feet high, and this is a large creature, you are within its reach. $12.
That's a miss.
Okay. Gallenford.
I will flourish my blade in front of me and then angle myself in a thrusting movement. And I'll just be like, let's see how well this new sword works. And I'll dash forward using one of my blade flourishes on this large one here.
Okay, go ahead and move. Uh, 24 will hit.
Wow.
So it does an additional 4, and it pushes him 5 feet back.
What's the +3/+3? It's doing D6 plus your dex plus an extra 3 from mod. What is mod?
Hold on, let me double check real quick.
It should do.
No, that's correct. +3 from dex, +2 from proficiency, and then it's a +1.
You don't add proficiency to damage. You only add it to hit.
Oh, I don't have it to damage.
Huh? Yeah, you never add proficiency to damage. But it should do the extra +1 for the magic of the sword, so it should be doing D6 +4. +1 magic and the.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, that is still correct. I took the duelist ability with my bard, which gives the +2.
So as long as you're using a one-handed weapon,
correct.
and you do +2, and then it's doing 3 because it's a magic sword.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's all correct.
That is correct.
Okay. So this ooze is it's being splattered across the altar, and it's like a single pseudopod is just wiggling there. It's still alive.
And I will back up to get ready to do another kind of dash at a creature. Now that I pushed it back against there.
Okay. That's a pillar. You can't move there.
Yeah, I was accident. I adjusted myself.
Aiden.
Right. Following Caradwin's advice, looks like that guy is not long for this world. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my fireball at him. He is still 30 feet away from me, which is the range of Produce Flame. So I will throw my Produce Flame at him. For a 20.
That's a hit.
I'm assuming a 20 hits.
Yeah, it hits.
Doing 1 point of fire damage to it. Feel the rage of the elemental plane of fire. And then I will.
You throw your fireball and it hits the pseudopod, and the ooze stops moving.
Nice. It did feel the rage of the elemental plane of fire. You see that? Doesn't matter that I only rolled a 1 damage. You guys just saw the thing die. And then I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to get behind this thing. and I have my sword at the ready.
Alrighty. Damascus.
Well, that thing's 10 feet up, so Damascus is going to pull out his whip and he's going to lash it out with his whip.
Okay. That's a hit.
Nice.
Ooh! Ooh, 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 ooh. So you whip this thing and it goes right down the middle.
Yeah, that's right. And I mark it.
Yeah, let's put it there for now.
Until the end of your next turn.
Oh yeah, the unwavering mark is pretty cool.
While it is within 5 feet of you, has disadvantage on any attack roll that doesn't target you. Wow. Dude, it's awesome.
So you see this as you hit it with your whip. It splits into two.
So do you have to pick which one you mark, or do you mark both?
I'm gonna need him to pick which one because this is now considered two different entities.
So I'm going to target that one, and I'll take a step forward.
Okay, this one's
So-
on the pillar. It's just kind of wrapped around it.
So Damascus is like, ha! Then it reveals it's two, and he's like, oh. Maybe. Whip's not the best choice in this scenario. Okay.
Fireworks.
Caradwin.
Ooh, already. Right. I will move back within sight range of this guy. 20. I will stay with my back to the pillar because I'm a little afraid that there might be another one back here, since one popped up over here. And I will target this guy with a. Actually, I'll target the one right in front of Damascus with a chill touch cantrip.
Alrighty.
Strangle it.
Oh shit! Well, never mind.
An 8 is a hit.
Oh.
Eight is their armor class.
Well, I guess I will still deal damage. And it cannot heal on its next turn.
All right. Do you see when the necromantic skeletal hand grab onto this ooze? It kind of crumbles a little, dries and crumbles a little bit, and falls to the ground.
Actually, I think he described it as a shadowy raven that pecks its eyes out.
Oh well. So the raven pecked at it, and it crumbled to the ground.
Ah, nice.
That's awesome. I like that.
Jason.
Good image in my mind.
We're just gonna shoot this one with a ray of frost and the cannon.
Which one?
And that.
Okay.
And they're gonna be a disadvantage since I'm still standing next to this one. I think.
Yes. If it's a ranged attack, that one is considered right next to you. So.
If you're too nervous at close quarters, you can back up. I got you.
Okay, I'll take a step back and back up here.
It will.
So both me and the cannon are moving back, so he can attack me or the cannon.
Okay. It's going to attack you, because it's not interested in an inanimate object.
And it will have disadvantage because I'm standing here.
Mark.
Oh. Wait, which one's marked?
The one
This
that's
one.
making the attack is marked.
Here, I'll put a fist on
That's the one he picked.
Eight's gonna miss.
When he says he's got you, he means he's got you.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and shoot this farther one then.
Unfortunately, a 6 will miss.
Oh,
Hey, I just made this thing like yesterday. It's got a lot of bugs in it. Okay.
Yep. It's kind of twitching a little bit because it was targeting one entity and then it like literally split into two. So it was trying to choose in between.
It's trying to choose between them, and it just shoots like. Where the big one was, it shot right between them.
Right.
So yeah, I'm just gonna like beat at it and be like, what did I do wrong with this thing? Stupid aiming matrix.
Is that your turn?
That'll be my turn.
All right. I'm keeping the same initiative for both of them. The one on the pillar is going to attack Damascus.
wow.
And Aiden, since you're the closest, is going to get right up above you, ooze down, and try to hit you with the pseudopod.
It misses.
Oh man.
You know, this is a hard encounter for you guys, by the way.
Yeah.